what's so cool is I didn't plan on making this video. I just did this analysis last night and was so inspired by it. It gave me such a renewed sense of hope and excitement about my clothes and my closet. I don't know if this is an exaggeration or not, but I really feel this is changing everything about my closet. I think it's going to be a huge transformation in how I choose clothes in the future. I always thought I was a spring. Like, that's just what I was for years and years growing up. Through adulthood, I figured spring colors, more pastels, looked really good on me. Last night, I was like, I'm just gonna look into this for myself and kind of see what happens. And I did an AI version where you upload a photo of yourself and you select your skin, your hair, and your eye color, and it tells you what palette you were. And I used an old photo where I had much blonder hair and I was wearing makeup, and it told me I was spring. I was like, yeah, it makes sense. But then it got to the results page and I wanted more analysis. So I went to a different website, and it has you take a look at all these different colors and what color you think makes you look good. So it'll give you two options and you choose the color that makes you look better. In this test, it told me I was a soft autumn, and I was like, what? No, like, I'm not an autumn, I am a spring. But then I thought, I am using an old photo. My hair is not this color anymore. I'm wearing makeup in it, which you're really not supposed to do for these. So I went back to the first test and I uploaded a very recent photo of me where my hair is my natural color and I'm not wearing makeup, and it gave me soft autumn too. And I was just like, this is not, what? This blew my mind. Like, I'm a spring. How can I be an autumn? Like, soft makes sense, but an autumn didn't. But then I started reading and I started looking at the colors, and I was like, this is right. Like, this is right. These are colors that I tend to gravitate towards because I think they look good on me. And then when I was looking at the spring palette that it originally gave me, those are not colors that you find in my wardrobe because they make me look garish. It just blew my mind. So kind of the cornerstone of the soft autumn palette is its warmer colors that are a little bit more muted. So it's not going to be really dark, super rich tones. There's not a lot of contrast between your features. So my hair, my skin, my eyes are all generally a similar color. There's not a huge amount of contrast there. So a soft tone really makes sense. One of the main differences between the spring and autumn color palette too is spring tends to be brighter, more saturated, have a little more contrast, and autumn is more muted, less contrast. Because the soft autumn palette has more muted colors, black and white are not in that palette at all. Aside from having quite a bit of black and white, overall my capsule wardrobe tends to follow a more earthy and muted color palette. Because my closet does have quite a bit of colors that maybe aren't perfect for my color palette, I don't plan on changing that right now. I'm a big advocate of slow fashion and using what you have. So I'm gonna still work with the colors I have, but I definitely plan on incorporating more of the colors from the soft autumn color palette into my wardrobe for future purchases. I don't think I'm going to go so far as including a lot of color, like color. I'll experiment with color every now and then, but I always come back to neutrals. So that's kind of what I've learned to stick with in my purchasing habits now. I don't really wear pinks or red, but there's kind of this dark salmony muted red that is really pretty and would look really nice as fitted t-shirt or maybe pants. I think it's beautiful. I could totally see that hue of red working really well, which I never would have worn red or even considered red before. But after looking at this, like, it expands my horizons a little bit about what colors I could experiment with and wear. Even though I wear neutrals 90% of the time, there are times when I want to wear more color. I think in the shoulder seasons of spring and fall, I enjoy wearing a little bit of color. Every time spring comes around, I'm tempted to buy some more colorful pieces for my closet. I don't know why. I tend to consider items that are bright and saturated and never pull the trigger. And I'm so happy I haven't yet, because looking at these colors, they would not have suited me. So I think this is going to be a really fun way to experiment more with color in my closet without buying something I'm going to hate a couple of years down the road. That being said, I'm probably not going to be buying a lot more stark white pieces or deep black pieces. I'll probably lean more towards that beige taupe and like a charcoal or a navy. Now, having kind of gone through this, I'm going to be much more thoughtful when I'm looking at clothes, but I'm going to get so much more particular on color. Like, is this a color that suits me? not just as the color I like. I feel like I have a much better foundation for how to answer those questions now than I ever did. I buy so many of my clothes secondhand, so it's not something I can usually return. Like if it doesn't work on me, I have to resell it or I'm stuck with it. So being able to have this knowledge up front now, I just feel like game changer. I'm so excited to do a little bit more experimentation, and I'm so excited to work with the clothes that I already have in my closet and put together outfits that are suiting my color palette. And I feel like it's just another layer of education I have on how to create great outfits for myself. I'll link the websites I used down below. They're free, they're easy. It took me 5 minutes, and I feel the benefits I got from them have been outstanding. Now the question is will I ever pay for a color analysis by a professional? Who knows? But not right now. I'm really satisfied with these results I got. I feel like this is such a great foundation. We're gonna start here. We're gonna see what happens, and I will keep you guys posted. So, thank you so much for watching.